Now, we've already spoken this year about Tariq Trotter, aka Black Thought. He is the lead rapper and singer for the hip-hop band from Philadelphia, The Roots. You may even recognize him from his most recent work on The Jimmy Fallon Show. He's in the band there along with Questlove, the drummer and musical director. So Black Thought has been around for a long time. He's done a lot of really great work, and he's just now, maybe 30 years into his career, starting to really get the worldwide recognition that he deserves. He did a couple of things online that kind of went viral, and he has done some concerts for WNYC radio station, what they call a tiny desk concert. So they kind of get a stripped down, smaller version of what your normal band set would be like. And now that we're in quarantine, he has done an even tinier tiny desk concert just in his home. So a couple of things to think about. Number one, I love how cool and comfortable he seems in his home studio. He's just kind of hanging back in his chair. He's got a really great, deep, resonant voice. Also, he's doing a collaboration with a band called Portugal the Man. They had a hit song recently that you might recognize. It was, "Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks now. I've been singing in 1966 now." Maybe you recognize it if you heard the real song, not my singing version. But he's collaborating with them, so you'll see there's a little window that comes up on the screen. They probably emailed their files back and forth, their song files, the recordings they did, and organized that. And I really like, not only is he rapping, but he's expanding. He's trying something, not new, but he's exploring even more the idea of singing, which is a little different for him. And also, the song, I think, just has a great message. If you listen to the lyrics, you'll see that it's all about connecting to people and avoiding the traps of things like social media, being online all the time, posting on Facebook, on Twitter, just looking for how many likes and how many followers. This song is kind of calling our attention to that and reminding us that, especially now, we need to think about the real ways to connect with people, not just sort of typing into our phones and machines. So here is Black Thought doing his tiny at-home tiny desk concert with Portugal the Man singing a song called The Nature of the Beast.
We're like sheep to the hood. Everybody's caught up trying to find something to be a part of. Living with our guards up all the time. Forever with a wall up. Breaking through it all never crossed our mind. The world seems smaller. Greatness is withering on the vine. Won't anybody take the lead? It's ourselves we love the least. Everyone seems make-believe. That's the nature of the beast.
$1 and a dream. What did mama say, kid? Everything you wanna see. Life is what you make it. We all going through the same thing. Life is what you make it.
Listen.
We all going through the same thing. Life is what you make it.
Listen.
We all
I wanted was to be more poppin' and to see more profit. What's the detour options? Hey, I feel like Philip Seymour Hoffman, less Denzel Washington when people are watching me. If the right amount of likes and follows could make me less hollow, I somehow be more complete. But people tend to be more toxic, so we see more gossip and it's hatred on the street. Won't anybody take the lead? It's ourselves we love the least. Everyone seems make-believe. That's the nature of the beast.
$1 and a dream. What did mama say, kid? Everything you wanna see. Life is what you make it. We all going through the same thing. Life is what you make it.
Listen.
We all going through the same thing. Life Life is what you make it.
Listen.
We all
Lost generation, mass face nation, world population confronting their frustrations. A way station full of COVID-19 patients in every complexion like ice cream flavors. We all in this together. For now, it's not forever. Historically, it's gotten worse before it's gotten better. In times like these, the object is not the letter. If you can hold your head up, then all we gotta get up is a
couple dollars and a dream.
Yeah.
What do mama say, kid? Everything ain't what it seems. Life is what you make it.
Listen.
We all going through the same thing. Life is what you make it.
Listen.
We all going through the same thing. Life is what you make it.
Listen.
We all
And listen. This has been Streams of Thought.
All right, next up we have another musician that we've seen before. This is Maro. She is a recent graduate of the Berklee School of Music. She's pretty young, probably in kind of her mid-20s. She has a phenomenal musical instrument, which is her voice. She also plays guitar, bass, drums, writes all kinds of songs. She speaks several different languages. And she was doing a series called Berklee People, where she kind of went around and found different musicians at her school and did collaborations with them, different styles, picking different songs. And I really love not only her talent, but the way that she's taking initiative to move her own ideas and her own art forward. She's not waiting around for anyone else to help her do it. She's really taking those positive steps to make it happen. So now that we're in quarantine, she has been making videos on a new series called It's Me Calling, or It's Maro Calling. And she is calling up friends and people that she knows. They could be all over the world. The one I'm going to share with you is with another musician who is playing piano and keyboards. Maro herself is singing and playing the bass guitar. They're doing a cover or a copy of a song by a band called Radiohead called Daydreaming, and it's from Radiohead's last album. I want you to keep in mind that this probably was not done live. You know how when you talk to someone online, there's a little lag, like they say something and it takes just an extra split second to get there, and it's not that big a deal when you're talking, but playing music is very difficult. So probably she talked to this other musician, sent music back and forth, maybe even sent a sort of practice recording back and forth, and then went from there. But the end product is really beautiful, and I especially love the way she makes her voice kind of sound like it's floating in and out of the scene. She does a lot of like, up, and then she cuts the note off. It makes it sound kind of like the special effects that Radiohead uses. It's a beautiful song, so let's take a listen to Daydreaming, originally by Radiohead, sung here by Maro. We're getting to one of my favorite parts because it's celebrating Long Island, where I come from. Woo! Strong Island! All joking aside, this really is a great ensemble. This is the Long Island Youth Orchestra, LIYO for short. It's an organization that has been around for a long time. I wasn't in it, but I have some friends who were in it growing up. They would perform mostly classical music, but other styles as well, and they would travel around the world. And they've been rehearsing up until recently, when obviously we couldn't be together. So what they did was, for their first project, they recorded a song remotely. So the director sent everyone a sort of practice recording that had a metronome on it that was marking the tempo, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And also the sheet music. And they had practice sessions in small groups online, and they also practiced on their own. And they recorded this song, and someone edited it together. The video is really cool, and it shows a lot of the different musicians doing solos, including some of their old teachers actually joined up. I even recognized some of my old teachers, which was really cool to see the adults and students all kind of working together. That's one thing that we've seen from this situation, is that people are kind of working together, and some of those boundaries between teachers and students and grown-ups and younger kids are broken down because we're all trying to find new ways to stay in touch with each other. So they're doing a song called Lean on Mahler. What? Lean on Me is a song by Bill Withers, and you've probably heard it, or your parents probably heard it. Lean on me when you're not strong. Stop. I'll stop. I won't sing it. Listen to Bill Withers sing it. And also a song that's in the style of Gustav Mahler, who was a very famous classical orchestra composer with big, strong, full orchestra sounds and very dramatic. So they do this sort of mashup called Lean on Mahler, and it features many, many different student musicians from different years and even some of their teachers. This is the Long Island Youth Orchestra.